voice.
He's a loser. That's what he do.
Remember, he used to be like, before.
I don't want to wear headphones today, so I'm gonna keep my hat on. Let's do it, y'all. Y'all ready?
I don't think that matters.
Ready, Freddy.
Well, I hear it. I hear it already.
Tony, move it.
So
I'm not moving.
Or you're just
let's give it a break.
ready, Freddy.
Nobody else can.
I mean,
Brown skin girl.
I guess I can see what y'all see here.
Wow, 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 wow.
Coney, I feel like you actually need headphones because you don't know how loud you are.
Oh, you'll never be coming hyped no more.
And then when I come hype, now y'all trying to turn me down. So don't ask me to come hype no more. We're gonna discuss all of this in 30 minutes, or
We're doing 30
It
minutes?
says we'll discuss all we can in 30 minutes.
from the list. Okay.
Yeah,
I thought you meant like the whole thing in 30 minutes. I was just like,
It's not even necessarily going
I
to
thought
go
you
like
was gonna
that.
turn on TV. Get the door.
Hello?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Elevated Radio. You've locked in with LB Coney and DJ Swale.
Is that how you answer doors for real?
Episode
I didn't know what y'all was doing.
72 is what you hear.
I was like, hello?
Yeah, man, I just popped up on you like a Jehovah's Witness. You
I
know?
didn't know what y'all was doing.
Oh, I'd never answer the door.
Yeah, my dad actually like typed out a whole sign of like explaining why you don't need to open the door or why we won't open the door, so on and so forth. How you guys doing?
I'm great.
Just
Oh,
doing.
you good? Coney came in singing. She was so happy, happy and late. That's the best one. Right?
First of all,
Ladies,
technically I
always.
wasn't late. I met somebody downstairs.
But it was like 9:08 when I went downstairs.
Yeah, I was about to
It was
say,
you know what I'm
not-
saying?
First of
Like-
all, when you got to there, you was like, it's 9:05. You're 5 minutes late.
5 minutes
Oh,
late.
it's still late. What are you saying? 9:08, 9:05?
We are busy
Nothing is
people.
ever good enough for them, y'all. Nothing.
Late is late.
I mean, you know, just being on time would be nice.
Well, I mean, hey,
Not too much to ask
we could have
for?
started on time, but
Oh,
somebody
man.
want to eat chicken wings
Start on
and not
time.
have their stuff set up.
Oh, Coney, I'm sorry. What is your job to make sure the mics aren't on the ground?
Exactly.
She doesn't have a job.
We have
people.
no job. We do everything here.
You a hater.
Everything.
I mean, whatever. Anyway,
And then
on
she'd
with
be
the
lying. She'd be like, "Y'all don't give me a job. We do give you a job. You just
show. No,
don't
you
do it."
didn't. And I did my job today. Was to check
All
the
right,
mic.
Coney, what feedback did you have for the last episode?
Oh, I don't have any.
Oh yeah, you didn't have none. This is what I'm talking about. All right.
Yo, I'm in grad school still. As soon as I'm done, I will be more active on the feedback.
You drive to Georgia every week.
No, I
week.
don't.
You spend how many hours on the road
Come
week to week?
I do not drive to Georgia every week.
You do.
That's all
You're
them
lying.
hours you
It was
could
just
be.
more recently because I was helping my sister with her wedding stuff.
Well, again, any little bit helps though. So more recently, you could have did some reviews.
You can listen to 3 podcasts.
Come on.
You can listen to 3 podcasts in the time it takes to get back and forth.
Not for real.
Nuh-uh.
Why not?
It's only 2.5 hours. Why do y'all think
Only?
it's so? Yeah. Why do y'all think it's so
Our
far
show
away?
is only half that time.
It depends on what show we're listening to.
We have never gone 2 hours ever.
No,
No,
we
but I'm
haven't.
saying an hour and 30.
What's your point?
I mean, you can bring it up 30 minutes a day if need be. You know what I'm saying?
You
30
still got
minutes a day,
time.
then I gotta go remember where I stopped.
You still
No, you
got
don't. You see that? That was no. You never tried this side.
No, because anytime I go
It
out of the
timestamps
thing.
it.
No, but when I go out of it, it starts it back over if I go back in.
Okay, we'll screenshot it.
I don't got enough memory for that. All right, anyway, on with the show. How are y'all doing? How are you, LB?
I thought you were about to tell us what you did this last weekend.
No,
You aren't?
no.
Well, since we're here already, what'd you do this last weekend?
I helped my sister pick out a wedding venue.
No, that's boring.
Yeah.
Swale, what'd you do this week? Oh no, you're going out of town, right?
Yeah, man. Hitting the streets. You know how I do.
Hitting
Out
the miles.
country.
Where you going?
Cancun.
Okay. Why you ain't tell us to go?
Tell us.
What do you mean tell us to go? Can you just take off work?
Yeah.
I will pull up. Come tomorrow.
No, what? No, you need more.
Yeah, pull
You
up.
need more planning than. Oh, come tomorrow.
Yeah, just
man,
pick us
you know
up.
what I'm saying?
Oh,
Check
I
that
finally decided what I want to do for my birthday.
Oh, what's that?
Oh, when is
Saturday night.
You want to do Saturday night for your birthday? Mm-hmm. What does that mean?
That's what I say. What are you
That
talking
means
about?
don't plan anything Saturday night.
What day is this again?
Is this a surprise party for us?
November 7th. Woo! Scorpio season.
So Saturday night. That's all we're supposed to know?
Yep.
We're going to
Until
an
further
escape
notice.
room?
Nope. Oh, but that would be fun.
But I'm
But no,
saying
we're
though,
not
why are
doing
we in
that.
the dark about it?
That's what I'm saying. Why are we getting
Because
a
it makes
surprise?
it so much more fun.
I've never heard of a surprise party where
Does
the person that's birthday it is a surprise to everybody else. That is the funniest thing in the world.
I'm just trying to prepare for it because you tell me last minute, I might not want to go.
Could you imagine?
What?
You know what I'm saying? What is it?
You have to come.
No, could you imagine somebody popping up on you and say, "Hi, it's my birthday, surprise!" Guess what we're doing? I'm at work right now.
That's what I'm
Guess
saying.
what
Like,
we're
I'm trying
doing?
to, can I get
Well,
a-
that's why I said Saturday night after 8 p.m. Do not plan anything. It's
Are we
my
going
birthday.
out or we staying in? Can we
Going
at least know
out.
that?
Going out.
Been
going
trying to
out.
hide this from you all week.
Just a
Don't
table?
worry, I wasn't thinking about
The
it.
table?
You don't need a table. It's gonna be fun.
Or the drinks?
Yes, it's gonna be drinks.
But no table.
Yes, it's gonna be fun.
Stand up drinks. You ain't never stood by the bar?
No, not in a while. It's been a while.
Like when you ride down the street on the little
No,
when you pedal,
I
I
know
don't
what
think we
you're
too cold for
talking
that.
about,
Nah, hell
Burn-
no.
burn
I'm gonna tell you
calories.
no for that.
burn calories.
Is it outside or inside?
but It's inside.
With drinks, but not it got music,
Yeah.
but no table.
First of all, if we
I mean,
if
you
we
have a
standing up
table,
with
but it's not
drinks-
like you need to purchase a table.
if we standing up with drinks and no music, I'm leaving. We should never be standing up with drinks and no
Anyway,
music.
just
I'm
be
trying to
prepared,
what?
okay?
So drinks, no table that you purchase, but there's music.
Sound like Coney's living room.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, it's not my living room.
I don't know.
Look, I took a listen to the last podcast. I might have gone too far with the STD jokes. I was wilding.
Yeah, you were out of pocket.
I was wilding. So you know what? Look, man, you got to take this. Everybody has had those moments. You know, it's funny. You go back and listen to yourself, and you're like, damn. But this just proves one thing: you guys are not the friends to go out with. And then I end up getting involved in something, or I'm too lit from the drinks. You guys aren't going to help me. You're going to enable me.
What do you mean?
You're supposed to. That was a test. You're supposed to roadside assistance. You're supposed to help.
Oh.
You're supposed to call for backup.
What do I look like, Geico to you? What's going
Yes,
on?
you look just like that lizard.
I think we
No.
did though. We were just like, I think we should stop. And you just kept on, you kept on going.
Nah, so I like the dude in the club that sees you up against the wall when the girl come up to you and she like, and he like, hey bro, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like that panic look, but he don't really care if you stop. He's
I mean,
like,
yeah, it's a
you
warning.
should think about it.
It was like, bro,
I know you seen that meme.
Listen, I don't know what you want us to do. Like, we can't hold your hand, LB.
Did you not see that GIF? Is
Mood.
it a
I
GIF?
feel that.
Maybe. I think Swale probably
that.
even brought it up when the guy was stumbling down the hall and the caption was like, when I see my boy ruin a 4-year relationship. And it was like, it was him acting like he walked into it, but he just walked out with a bottle like he was stumbling.
No.
I thought you posted it. It was like,
Nah,
yeah.
I didn't see
It was
that.
like
That
me
seems like
watching
something you would
my.
post.
It was like me watching my homeboy waste a 4-year relationship.
Nah, I ain't never seen
And
it.
he was acting like he ain't seen nothing and he was drunk. But look, we got a couple of things we're going to talk about if you haven't listened to us before. If you're here for the first time, if you're here for this a few times, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you follow us on our page, Elevated Days, replace the Weiss with a ZE. This is what you got.
If you're here for a good time and not a long time.
You can be here for a long time too. These episodes get kind of long. Hopefully you stay the whole time. So we can jump right into it. The first thing I want to talk about though, we're gonna I think expound on it a bit later, is this whole concept of women just bashing men. I don't like it. And this is a theme that we've been hitting on all summer. So unless somebody dies, we a king. But other than that, we scum. And I'm sick of it. I think women are actually the reason behind Corona because, you know, we can't run, we can't go anywhere, and we just have to sit here and take all this shit. And now that it brings me to the point, just so you know, Coney, there is no cuffing season. Cuffing season is canceled this year because we've had enough of y'all already. We ain't nobody been anywhere. Nobody
First
been
of
meeting
all,
nobody. So look, you've
Don't
been
nobody
cuddled
give
up
a
already.
damn about none of y'all in this cuffing ass season.
Oh, y'all better stop.
Because first of all,
Y'all was getting the dinner
now
dates
we
off
really
in the
see what
winter.
y'all really bout. Bro, niggas out here asking us for money, so we don't care about no cuffing season.
That's not it at all. Don't expect no Netflix passwords.
I'm just letting you talk. I'm just letting you think this makes
Don't
sense.
expect no Netflix passwords. Don't expect no dinner dates. None of that shit.
I want to say I'm
It's gonna get the
grateful for
same thing.
my Netflix password. They just let me use it. Don't bother me. I appreciate them.
Anyway, we're gonna
My
talk about
families.
that a little later.
My friends.
Remember I had this girl that I was talking to. She gave me her Hulu. I ain't got the Hulu no more.
Damn.
That's always the worst, and
It
then
is
you
the
have
worst.
no way of like bringing that back up. Like,
You
hey,
can't. Like, there's no way. Yeah, I had to find somebody else's. Like, it's tough.
hey,
I
big
got
head.
this friend.
It's
I got
tough.
this friend, and
What's your favorite color?
Start guessing passwords. Like, for real.
What was your kindergarten teacher's name?
I tried a couple things. Like, I tried like cabs.
What was
I tried
the first car you ever owned?
I tried.
Your best friend's
Yeah.
middle name. You know all them
Wow.
security passwords.
I do have a friend though. He let me use his friend's information. I don't know if
hold
they
up,
still
hold
cool or not.
Oh, okay.
I don't know
Yeah,
if they're still
I
cool
know
or
y'all
not.
don't hear it, but it's cool.
But I still have the information. So I go through DirecTV and get HBO, Stars, everything.
Yeah,
Pretty lit.
Wait, you been stealing them?
No.
You been stealing their passwords?
No, he gave it to me a long time ago.
Oh, and it's just still
It's
active.
still active. Still.
I was
same.
good up
Haven't
until
changed.
HBO became HBO Max.
Just-
That's what, see, come on, man. Come on.
I haven't
Yes.
moved. You were the one moving.
I didn't even move that time.
You did when you burped,
What?
Yeah, I ain't burp.
and then he sat up.
I ain't hear it.
Yeah, nobody saw it. So
I
it didn't
heard it.
happen.
I'm
Y'all
sitting
sitting
right
right
next to
beside
you.
it.
Don't matter. Nobody saw it but
There
you,
we go.
so it didn't happen.
Let's just keep the headphones in. We're good. So then,
Yeah.
so then you can hear it. See, the issue with me is if it was my cord, it'd be cool because I could try to fix it. But
Maybe I
I need
need
one
to
of y'all
write
to
it.
have headphones so that if you hear it, you can try and fix it.
Because we got cord on cord action. How about we, you know what I'm saying? It's all right. We'll do it next time. Let's go.
Yeah,
Anyway.
put them in timeout. I forgot my train of thought. Oh, that's what fucked me up. The HBO Max. Because when it flipped over to that, first of all, HBO, why are you using a whole different app? Why don't you just update like everybody else? Why it got to be a whole different app?
I don't really like the app too much, to be honest with you, though.
Yeah, well, I don't have it
so
because I don't have the password anymore.
Well,
Yeah, so it's rough. JJ at Carolina.com.
Ooh.
yeah, shit.
Yeah, I'm putting it out there. I don't know the password. I think it was like Jeep something.
Who's it? Oh, that's your boy?
Now all
That's
the
your
hackers
boy.
are gonna go try Jeep something on that account.
There's a lot of things you could put Jeep with. It could be Wrangler. It could be a 12. It could be my birthday. It could be his birthday.
It might be your birthday. Did you try that?
That'd be weird as fuck. Hey, if my boy got my birthday as his password, you're not my
how-
boy no
Best
more.
friend, come
You're
on.
not my boy no. If he was my best friend, then I would have the password.
That's kind of smooth, though, because you would never guess your birthday. So I'll put your birthday. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
If I
Honestly,
ever-
though, I
no.
changed my
You would
Apple.
never-
If I'm on Hulu on your TV, and I be like, oh yo, what's the password? And you say 81094. Bro, I'm leaving the room. Why you got my number? Why you got my
Look,
birthday? It's
Look,
weird as
here's
hell.
some
Look,
game
you
for
asked.
you. Here's
So
some game for
weird.
you.
You asked.
Don't want anybody to go through your phone. Make your password their birthday. They would never guess their
I
birthday.
don't want you knowing the numbers of my birthday.
That's
Don't
see
know.
your hand, bro.
Don't know the numbers of my birthday.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
Shit looking wild, right?
I was
Shit
thinking
look
about-
domestic.
Did you put some Neosporin on it?
Yeah, put all that on there. I mean, it's better. Trust me, it looks better now than what it did.
Shit was blinking before.
Okay, LB. What's our first topic of today?
Our first topic of today. Okay, chill out. Blues Clues. I'll get to it.
Blues Clues.
Ice Cube was in the news a lot recently, and we're gonna start with politics because
Free the boy.
you know us very
He
politically
ain't
conscious.
locked up.
Pray for Nigeria, matter of fact. And
Facts.
so with Ice Cube, I don't want to spend too much time talking about the political policy side because that's not what we're about. We're not as politically conscious as most. We don't want you all getting your information from us three. I wouldn't trust us with that information, so you shouldn't either.
They shouldn't trust you with that STD information either.
First of all, I was doing.
And Coney cooking. That Coney is
Y'all are the worst instigators in the world.
Gosh.
You guys are the worst instigators in the
God.
Only
world.
because he was going off the deep end on them jokes, man.
This is why y'all are the worst instigators in the
Oh
world.
my gosh.
This is why.
I'm sorry, I'm
because
good.
Coney, that didn't even make sense. And Swale gassed you up. Swale gassed you up. He has no idea what you're talking about. It's just had to do with STD.
I liked
so
it.
it was funny.
Hey, she cooking.
What information? What information? I told him to go get tested.
No. First of all, you said you was popping the sippy pill like it's got an aspirin or something, like it was Tylenol.
So we just keep an extra one.
Oh, I said that. I did say that. I did say you should take it.
I
I did
was
say you
like-
should take it.
Yeah, it's terrible information.
God.
You should.
Like, just in case.
All right, my
Oh,
bad.
man.
Sorry,
That's
Ice Cube. Ice Cube.
Yeah. Anyway, do what you do. Do what you do.
Oh,
So Ice Cube, damn it, Coney.
Ice Cube
Yeah, go
is
ahead, take
working
it away.
with the Trump campaign because he said what, LB?
No, I don't know. Finish it.
I don't know either.
Since my information is so poor and lackadaisical.
I didn't say about the STD stuff. I didn't say about the other
That
stuff.
information was needed.
Oh my god!
It's what the
Pop
climate.
sippy pills. Just
It's
pop a
what the
sippy
culture
pill.
needed.
Pop a sippy
It's what the
pill.
culture
Pop the
needed.
sippy. I'm sweating.
Yes, pop the sippy pill.
Oh man!
All right, go ahead with Ice Cube.
There'd be less of y'all with syphilis out here if it wasn't for
Oh
if
my
y'all
gosh.
had popped more pills out here.
Oh, right. So that's where we're cutting you off now.
No, you
No,
can't
you
cut me
didn't.
off.
You didn't want us. You said we didn't cut you off before. We cutting you off now. Don't be telling people out here popping pills.
I'm not the
No.
friend you can contain.
No.
I'm not the one to contain. I'm coming out. So this is the thing, right? Ice Cube had the a news report that came out from the Black Republicans that basically giving a shout out to Ice Cube, saying that he has done that he's been not like man enough or anything, but that he's been willing to work with the Trump campaign in order to. But the way that it was presented, and this is the important part, I guess, is the way it was presented was almost as if it was an endorsement for the Trump campaign from Ice Cube. We all know that they need very desperately to get the black vote. And since it's not happening, and it hasn't historically happened for Trump in the last few years, he had extremely low support from the black community in the first election. He's projected to get extremely low support from the black community in this election. So in order to do it, 16 days before the election, this news comes out. And there's a media backlash. Just like anything else, we run with the first set of information that we receive as black people. It's what we continue to do. It's like the whole crabs in a barrel sort of thing. And we just like taking shots at each other because it's survival of the fittest. If you're not on the right side of the response, then you're just as canceled as the person that did it, right? And Ice Cube tried to defend himself as well as he could. And the point that we came down to was it's not necessarily he was endorsing or supporting the Trump campaign. He had a particular program that he was that he wanted or an issue that he was looking to address. I believe the initiative was called like the contract with. What was it? Contract with Black Americans or something like that. The ideals from that initiative was what drove certain elements of the Platinum Plan, which is what Donald Trump had announced. But essentially, he was willing to work with whichever party.
Right.
It was just that that Vice President Biden and Senator Harris were saying that they would look to include those initiatives after the election, whereas the Trump administration was a bit more lenient to involving some of those plans and recommendations sooner. It was not Ice Cube's plan that came about. It was that he had a part in, I guess, consulting to a lesser degree. Now, there are many different directions you can go in. You could say, well, who is Ice Cube to get really involved in the political game? My thing first is like, why? Like, did y'all take the immediate stance of he's a clown? What was your reaction to the news when it broke? And then we'll kind of get into the other thing later, because I think I want to have the conversation about whether or not we think people should be collaborating with the Trump administration anyway. But just like
For
your
sure.
first initial reaction.
That's my guy.
Who, Trump?
That's all you got to say.
No, Q.
Oh, come on, man. Elaborate. We
I'm
ain't got
saying
time
Q.
for that.
So Q's.
We're at the 42-minute mark.
Hey, Q's my guy. I think, man, look, it's a couple of different sides here. Side one, somebody has to do it, and you're crazy if you think not talking to Trump or not talking to anybody around Trump makes any sense to help us like move forward. So it's like you want Trump to help with black people, but you don't want a black person to collab with Trump. You know what I'm saying? And he said he's not voting for. He didn't say he's not voting for Trump. He's not endorsing Trump. How do you expect the Republicans to know what black people want if black people don't want to talk to them? So I was kind of confused. Why would you even like have backlash? Two, I think people should be more confused on why Biden and Harris didn't want to meet with him or anybody else in that community instead of saying we're going to wait till after the election. Because Trump is saying the same thing with a lot of stuff. I'm going to do this after the election. I'm going to help y'all after the election. So now they're kind of doing the same thing. So I was confused more about that.
Well, no, they were open to communicating. It's just that they were essentially postponing any immediate changes because obviously right now they're not in a position.
Right.
Immediate, but I'm saying, but it's at least like a draft,
like
though. It's at least a conversation, at least a draft. Like you're pushing it to the back end. We don't know what's going to happen when he gets elected.
But we also don't know that they didn't have that draft communication. All we know is that as the president, Donald Trump was able to claim he could do something now, as opposed to Senator Harris, because like Ice Cube said, he didn't go in thinking I'm picking one side or the other. He was just like, whoever is in a position of power that can influence decision making, that's who I need to talk to. Unfortunately, that's the Trump administration. It works for them because they need to get some of the black support in this country. They're targeting black men, not black women, because they know black women aren't supporting Donald Trump.
Right.
When a lot of women in general, but specifically not black women. So in the midst of all of that, Donald Trump announces this plan that he adopted. It wasn't like it came from the Trump campaign. I think it came from a senator and or someone who's on the board of the HBCU coalition or something like that. So, Coney, I'll ask you now. Like before you even heard him come out and defend himself, you thought what just about the initial announcement?
The first thing I thought was, okay, here's another pawn in Trump's scheme to gain black votes.
Because they was killing him.
That's the first thing that I thought.
What?
Killing Q.
Come on. It's Q we talking about. It's not Ye.
I feel like with Ice Cube being from the generation that he is from, he should be able to identify when he's being used as a pawn. I don't have any issues, kind of like what you were saying, Swale. I don't have any issues with anybody speaking to the Trump campaign. But for me, if you're gonna speak to the Trump campaign, where was his conversation and willingness to talk and do stuff for black people back when you first got elected? So for me, like I said, he should realize he's being used as a pawn. Secondly, you want to talk about this black contract with a black man who isn't living the same lifestyle as the people that you're claiming that you're wanting to help. So for me, if you want to really help everyday black Americans, then talk to the people who are actually on the ground doing the work. Don't just say, oh, we're going to talk to all of these celebrities, because at the end of the day, they're not in the same tax bracket as us. Like 50 Cent said, he want to be 50 Cent, not 20 Cent. So at the end of the day, they're going to do what's best for them. And
that's a 50 Cent quote?
That's what he said. At the end of the day, they're going to do what's best for them. And what might be best for them is not best for the everyday American. And I get it. They grew up, Ice Cube grew up where he's from, so he can speak for that community. But I don't feel like he should be the voice speaking for all of us if he's not on the ground every day doing the work like some of these other people.
Yeah.
But that's tough to say, though. I'm just glad he was in there.
I would have felt better if maybe because of who he is and because he does have access to Trump or the administration or whatever, he brought in people who were doing those types of legislation on the ground, doing those actual work, and say, here, this is what we want as a people, instead of him just saying, oh, well, I'm gonna go talk to him and we're gonna put this black contract together. Like, when did we all come together as black people to say we wanted this contract?
Issue though, too, though. I feel like if it was that easy, they would have done that. Like you just said, when Trump said Cube helped them, all black people was mad. It's kind of like someone who was going to step up.
If you really cared about the everyday black American, why are you waiting just now to election time to say, this is what I'm going to do for you?
I agree.
You could have had these talks at the beginning of your election. You could have had these 2 years ago.
Which is fair. I'm just saying more on Cube's side. Yeah, Trump, there's no defending Trump. Obviously, he's scrambling right now to do little things. I agree with that. I'm saying with Cube, something's better than nothing. We need at least some type of progress getting into that administration.
The timing
moving
is
forward.
wrong. I think the issue.
I mean, it's not whose fault is that though. It's not Q's fault.
No, but he has some. It's not all on Trump, because at the end of the day, like I said, he came from a generation where he should know and realize when he's being used as a pawn. I'm not saying don't go talk to the Trump administration. I'm not saying that.
I hear you.
But if you're gonna talk about, you're doing this on behalf of Black Americans, then at the end of the day, I'm gonna sit back and be like, okay, why is he want to do this right now?
But again, it depends. So it's like, let's say you have all the answers, right? And let's say I'm Cube. I'm like, yo, I'm about to go talk to Trump. Like, I want you to come with me to help me out. If you say no, am I supposed to just be like, all right, well, I'm not gonna do it? That's my thing.
I feel like it should have been done now. I feel like if he was, wasn't being used as a pawn, and he could have even said, okay, after the election, whoever's in power, that's who I'm talking to. How? Because at the end of the day, this action, this plan that he wants to do on behalf of Black Americans, it's not going to go into effect now. It's going to go into effect after the election,
it's not
correct?
Affect at all. But yeah,
true. But in
Trump world,
right, it's going to go into effect after whoever's elected. So at the end of the day, you still have to wait.
I hear you. I just look, for me, yeah, something's better than nothing, I guess.
Look, so there are 4 pillars that the Platinum Plan is based around. It's opportunity, security, prosperity, and fairness. Opportunity as it pertains to access to capital for new business. The president has also claimed that there will be 500 new minority businesses opened in this initiative. Security, according to this, it has something to do with the First Step Act. I think that has more so to do along the lines with wrongful incarcerations. So looking to exonerate black people that have been so I think it was that black people that have been wrongfully charged or sentenced.
I saw that.
Prosperity here. So we're talking about additional funding for historical Black colleges and universities, from which what I've heard was a long-term plan that was kind of already put into place. So I don't know if anything was new there. And then just fairness, equal wages, necessary education, more developed urban communities. A lot of it sounds like wishful thinking. A lot of it sounds like something out of a storybook. Doesn't really seem like a tangible goal that could be accomplished. And if so, how did it take Donald Trump to just magically snap his fingers and make it so? Also, he's looking to make Juneteenth a national holiday. This is real. He actually believes that he is the sole reason why Juneteenth is as popular as it is, because he claims nobody even knew it was a holiday until he said something. That boy wild about it. Was crazy. So look, we know that he is garnering the Black vote, and I hear what each of you are saying. I do, in this case, I agree more with Coney from the standpoint that Snoop. It's usually Snoop that's talking about something. Yeah. Ice Cube just has to understand that. I know that political these conversations, this could have been a year-long conversation, first of all, because things do not move very fast in the political space. So this could have been a 1.5+ year conversation. The issue is why he does not need to be who is front and center, the face of whatever this initiative is, because he's not as knowledgeable. I don't want to take any credibility away from Ice Cube, but what I'm saying is, like, he's not a politician. He's not in that world. So for me, it says 2 things. Number one, nobody should have let you go out there and be subjected to that sort of criticism. Like, as in somebody who's well respected, that has a ton of credibility, they should have not let you be the sacrificial lamb to take all of this heat. Number 2, if that isn't true and literally everybody said, no, we're not going to help, that's the problem. So whether or not somebody let him go out there, or if they just refused to help so he was vulnerable to that, they're both issues. And whichever side of the coin it falls on, we have to do better for that. I agree with Swale in just the sentiment of we can't expect progression without any sort of collaboration. If we're going to complain about a president, that doesn't mean that we shouldn't still operate in a way that, that in a way that we're not continuing to fight for the things that we need justice for or support for. So that was the interesting thing for me. I think from from that standpoint. When I saw all the backlash, it's kind of like, well, you know, if you guys are mad at, from outside of the club that you can't get in, you know, are we just gonna, you know, protest and walk around and that's what we're doing, but we're not gonna actively try to engage or try to even selfishly use anything that he may lend to it. Like, for instance, he needs the black vote. So even if this doesn't get anything accomplished, is that no better than saying, admitting defeat and saying, well, he's not gonna help us anyway, so let's not try to do anything.
The only other thing that I can say that I agree with Ice Cube is that when he said we need to make some true, real demands before guaranteeing anyone our vote.
Facts.
And that's something that I do think as a people, we as black people, we are listening to both sides of these, you know, Democrat or Republican politicians. But what are our real demands? That we hear what they're offering. But is that what we really want, or we want to come up with our own demands? And I think even as a nation, that's what we need to do when it starts coming to these presidential candidates, governors, mayors, judges, all of those things.
Yeah, I think I was just disgusted that, you know, we played, you know, we had the whole cancel conversation. You know what I'm saying? This person's canceled, this person's canceled, but we still continue to support them, listen to their music. But then when somebody's trying to do something better for all of us, they're trying to treat him the same way. I know, I'm just saying, like, the backlash he got, like, they're treating that the same way as like a Tory, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the same type of like level. Like, we're talking about two different levels here. Like, he's trying to do something bigger than everybody.
That's why I don't participate in cancel culture. I don't think it exists.
Not Cube, man. Come on, man. Cube. Come on.
Cancel culture doesn't exist.
Nah.
But you know what I think everybody needs to do is vote.
Vote. Did you vote?
So we need to.
Did you vote? Did you
vote? Vote next Friday.
Cardi and Offset are back together, and I don't want to spend too much time on this. Cardi says she. Oh, okay. That's okay. Cardi says she missed her best friend. You know.
Yeah, I also got his girl back.
I don't want to spend too much time on this, but why do you think we care so much? Why do we care so much?
Because they put it out there for us to care. I think.
But why do we look at Cardi and Offset? And this is the funniest thing of the world. I know we celebrate Jay and Beyonce, right? Mm-hmm. Like power couples, and I think I may have even mentioned it in a podcast before. When we used to say power couple, it used to mean something. Like, there is a reason they're a power couple. It's not just two celebrities that are famous. Like, there's an icon status to that. There's inspiration. There's motive there. Now it's just, you know, oh, these two people are popular, so they're, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're a power couple. Like Angelina and Brad Pitt. Like, that was a power couple because they were two like at the top of the game. Angelina Jolie was like largely known for all of the work that she did outside of acting. And I
used to love her back in my day.
Both of them bringing in the children and raising, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it used to mean something.
Okay.
Hey, Coney's mom. So just even with that said, that's why I think it's so funny to me, because it's like, why do we care about Cardi and Offset's relationship? It's not that they're not inspirational or that they're, you know, whatever. They're not. But we don't associate that type of relationship with like a Brad and Angelina or a Jay and Beyonce. Like, you know, so why do we care so much?
Because they put it out there for us to see. Like, think about it. We're all stuck in the house right now. It's COVID-19. Everybody's still in quarantine.
More than the house.
Y'all just wait till COVID-20.
But I'm saying, though, they're our favorite hood couple. Who else is better?
Is that what it? Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah, who else is the hood?
Really
it's the hood couple. It's the hood couple.
You have to think about it.
Jay
Jay and Beyonce, like, the biggest thing that we have seen from them is the whole elevator thing with Solange. And that was like a mishap, because that was like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything else is kept private. Like, even Tiffany Haddish, when she went to like some party that they had, she talks about signing something. So like, everything they do is kept private. So we only get to wonder, you know, and it brings sort of a like mysterious like effect to their relationship. And because of who they are, Jay and Beyonce, of course, they're a power couple. They were power individuals, so to speak.
Bigger than life.
But when you have Cardi and Offset, like Swale said, it's kind of like our favorite hood couple. You know, they put everything out there for us to see and watch. So why not?
Everything. Baby mama drama, kids, a stripper. rapper.
that's
I'm
what it
talking
is.
like that. How much more hood can we get? Like I'm talking about like they're in it. Like they're in that life. I love it.
I just feel like
Support.
it's kind of like that meme, you know. She was like, I'm not gonna talk about nobody else's relationship because I break up with my nigga 1 minute and then the next minute I'm right back with him. So I mean, it's kind of like that. Like I just feel like if she doesn't want the backlash, if she doesn't want,
She don't care.
you know,
She don't care about none of that. That's why I love her.
all of this other stuff that comes with that, then you kind of have to stop putting it out there for people to see. And I know that can be hard because as a celebrity, everybody wants to, you know, see what's going on. There's always cameras rolling, pictures being taken, but you just have to be mindful of, you know, when you decide to change your mind, how it's gonna, you know, affect everything else you're going. I mean, it's just like when you're in a relationship and you tell your mom or your friends that your significant other did something or crazy or whatever. You might forgive that person, but your family is always gonna feel a type of way. Your friends are always gonna feel a type of way. So you have to be very careful and mindful.
No, Coney, I don't know. I've never had that experience.
You haven't?
I've never. No, I don't go. No, mom, mind your business. Like what? If I slam the door, I slam the door. You know what I'm saying?
You do not talk to your mama
what?
like
You
that.
know what's problem? You know what's the problem? I would never talk to my mom like that. This is content.
Don't you
for
ever
a show.
talk to Karen like that?
This is.
Oh
this
man.
Why are you taking a shot at my mom?
I said, don't you ever talk to her, Karen
No,
like that?
no. We know why you said it. That's what I'm saying. Tony's so disrespectful to my mom.
What's that disrespectful?
She knows what she was
you-
doing. That's what I'm saying. She knows what she was doing. That's why it's like you would never.
Hey, Coney be dirty, bro. Hey, you funny.
It's alright. It's alright.
Is that not his mom name?
Hey, I'm not involved.
Oh, I know what you did.
Oh, now you're not involved?
Black women, man, you guys are so slippery.
Hey, I'm not
You know what
involved.
saying?
I'm not.
You guys know what- now y'all want to know how niggas be hitting y'all. Oh, no, just play. All right, so
Do not get us canceled. Do not get us canceled.
Oh man,
this is why y'all be getting punched in the face.
y'all be wild.
Listen,
It should
ladies.
be funny. Hey,
Listen, ladies.
hey,
2021.
It should be funny till you get bopped.
2021, we shoot niggas back. Period.
Now your supervisor.
Oh,
now
my
your supervisor
gosh.
want to ask everything all right, everything cool.
Everything all right at home?
You came in with your pocketbook over your eye.
Oh man.
Listen, ladies.
You didn't say
we
hi to
hit-
nobody in the break room today.
We hitting and shooting niggas back 2021.
I hear you.
Just no way. I'm getting my
you're
concealed
wildin'.
license. Period.
So look, man. I think the thing for me is the funniest thing is when you break up with somebody and like your fam's still cool with them. And it's like y'all don't really
Oh,
know
no. That's
y'all
a
don't know
no-go
the
for me.
code. Like y'all ain't supposed to be Facebook friends liking each other's pictures now. Like don't be doing that. Don't
You
be
can't be
asking
cool
me
with them
how
until
so
I'm
and
cool
so
with them.
doing. You know what I'm
Period.
saying? So that's just is what it is. But that's all I was trying to say,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Coney. No, you don't have to apologize. It's cool. So anyway, T.I. confirmed that his friend peed on Drake.
Why
And this
would
stems
he?
from an old rumor that was started by Meek Mill and
Drake
their
probably come out with a
little.
diss track for T.I.
I won't really say it
You
was a
can't.
beef, but you know.
You can't though.
Why can't you though? Okay, but listen.
what?
So
Come on, a diss track? You gonna
Somebody
defend
remind.
that?
So I just want
Oh yeah,
because
what
I
you
want
gonna
to
say? You got
have.
peed on, bro.
I want to have all the facts straight, right? So they were at a movie theater, correct?
Right.
And
Which still doesn't make sense.
Which
right.
is, I mean, they're watching Takers. It makes sense. You know, it's T.I. Chris
You
Brown.
know, they probably rented it out, whatever.
They were watching
okay.
the T.I. movie. They were at a premiere.
They're at the Takers premiere.
Oh hell nah, bro.
And his
Yeah.
friend was like drunk, right?
Drunk, I guess, bumped into him. They got into a little shoving match, broke it up. So I heard two stories. So story
Said,
one,
open your mouth, boy.
broken. That didn't happen.
That
but-
did not happen. Do not.
so the fact, yeah. So Push, you know what I'm saying? They broke it up. So story one I heard is, I guess he walked up and then walked back down and started just peeing on Drake. And then the second story I heard is he walked up, I guess, to the balcony and peed from the balcony. And then both stories end in Drake running out the theater screaming.
You know you can get syphilis from pee.
Shut up.
Oh my gosh.
Come, we're not doing this right now with you.
So
Okay, but
yeah.
my thing is.
Oh, we gonna
this.
act like you ain't bring it up though.
Did I?
I wasn't even gonna
Wait.
talk about it today. You brought it up.
Wait, peeing or syphilis? Wait, we
The
talking about?
syphilis part.
I said STD. You brought up the syphilis.
Okay,
Anyway.
well, you brought up STD. He brought up syphilis. All I know is I ain't say nothing about it till y'all said it.
You was just out of pocket. You just don't get to talk about that no more.
So either story.
Anyway.
You got peed on either story though.
Yeah.
in both
My
stories.
thing is this: like, why is he confirming that now? Like, you had your time.
I don't know. That's the part that I don't get.
Like, why is he bringing it back up? Like, let that shit die. That's
I
some
must
shit.
have gone on the Explore page and seen like his sister out in some place that Drake was at.
I don't know.
T.I. need to explain that. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Like,
He
if
need to
that's
explain
supposed to be
himself.
your friend,
Are they friends?
Yeah, pissing on Drake.
Are they friends?
I feel like they were friends.
They on the music together. They don't hang out. He
I
not
mean, but
OVO.
T.I. doesn't even really make music anymore. He's just like a TV show
He just
guy.
dropped the album.
Oh, did he?
That's where the song came from. Yeah, that's where that came from.
Libra.
What Libra song?
No, so
No,
the
the album's called
album, that
Libra.
part, like the peeing thing, came from the album.
That's all right.
Oh, I thought it was like an interview.
Can't be too busy listening to Nicki.
No. I mean, it was on the album. But regardless, Drake has other friends that he hangs out with. Like, we know Drake's friends. T.I. is not one of them. Like, I've never seen them same circle.
I mean,
nothing
well,
OVO.
before that whole incident, did they hang out?
Party next
No.
door. I'm talking about
Even
anything
when-
dealing with Drake. I never seen them either.
Even when they
Well, I
asked,
just feel like they didn't have no beef to where the point that he needed to bring that back up.
We're not cool. Why not? I'm not
But,
saying. I'm not
okay.
saying he needed to. Yeah, I'm
all
not
right,
saying.
why
he
did
needed
But
Drake
that's
bring
what
up SZA? That was a long time ago.
to. That was out of pocket.
And he
We were
brought
talking-
up-
we were talking about out of
It
pocket.
was like, I used to date SZA back in 08. Like, why you bringing that up? That was 08?
Yeah,
12 years ago?
That was out of pocket.
How old was SZA? Do we need a check?
Nah, don't check.
she
You're
was
gonna be
18.
disappointed.
They say she was. My math. She was 4 months to 18
4 months.
till she turned 18. That's my math.
That's a gray area. It's a gray area. That's
I mean,
the
as long
Kylie era.
as long as they ain't doing anything sexual, right?
It's the Kylie era. We're gonna say Tiger didn't slash Kylie at 17. We're not gonna sit here and say that.
Oh, he's slashing her at 14.
See, I don't-
Probably
all I'm saying
No.
is
Whenever
depending
the
on-
surgery was, whenever the surgery healed.
depending on the state,
16.
man. You know what I'm
Probably
saying?
17. Probably 17.
Who?
Isn't there
When all her surgery
isn't
healed.
there like a law? Like, you're not supposed to go into the needle like that for something like that? Like,
You're
under
Kardashian.
18?
They're Kardashians.
Yeah,
Come on,
the
bro.
No, I get it. No, I get it. I get that.
Aw. You forgot her daddy got OJ off? Stop
Guys,
it.
I understand it. I mean,
technically
I'm just
her
asking a
stepdaddy, I
question.
Stepdad.
Anyway,
So y'all gonna answer my question? That was just a genuine question. Like,
was the
I'm not
question?
talking about them. Obviously, they live in their own world. I'm saying, are you allowed to get plastic surgery?
So it depends on what you're getting, right? So you can get
Yo,
technically.
ass, yo, everything.
No, but what I'm saying is you could technically get everything done at once, right? So you can get a liposuction, you can get your butt done, and you can get your boobs done all at the same time.
What I'm saying is, can you do that under 18 as
if
a
your parents
minor?
sign for it, yeah.
That's
probably.
crazy. That's crazy, right? You would think that
You think
that
her
should be
mama ain't
illegal.
signed for that?
I feel like that there should only be special conditions. Like, obviously, like, let's say you get in a car wreck, fuck your nose up. Like, yeah, I get that. I'm saying it's a wild concept for somebody to even be able to, like, this isn't a fourth grade field trip to the planetarium where you sign up on. You're signing off for your minor child to go under the needle for an ass.
Is this not a special condition? And then look what happened. A billionaire.
I'm not talking,
that's a good investment.
man.
You know what I'm saying?
Good investment.
That's not what I'm talking
Good
about.
investment.
Okay,
Fuck
how
that.
do we even get on
I'm not
her? We were
talking
talking about T.I.'s friend peeing on Drake.
I don't know, but while we're here, I'm talking about normal people. I'm asking that question.
Oh, normal people? Yeah,
That's
that's
what I'm
fine.
Parents have
saying.
to
That's
sign.
crazy. And y'all don't think that's crazy?
I mean, if
I
I'm
think
a
we're
Kardashian-
past that.
I mean,
it
at this
depends.
point,
Yeah,
first
it
of all,
depends.
parents
All right, bro.
can let their
We're not gonna have real conversations.
Parents can let their 5 and 6 year olds get sex changes. So
Y'all keep telling me about what y'all can do. I said for 5 minutes now.
yes,
It's
I think
weird,
it's
right?
wild. It's crazy.
All right, that's what I wanted to get to.
If I'm not
Y'all wasn't
famous,
saying
yes.
that. Okay, I
You
just
said if I'm not famous.
y'all wasn't saying nothing. Y'all was just like, well. I'm like, yeah, I get it.
Okay, so why did T.I.
You can
bring
cheat on the
up?
test. There's ways. I get it.
Why did T.I. bring this back up that his friend peed on Drake?
I don't know. It's
Besides
funny,
to be
though.
messy, T.I.
that's
has been
crazy.
a little messy boots lately.
He been a what?
Messy boots.
Messy boots.
Messy boots.
Oh, messy boots. I mean, I don't know, man. T.I. is just, he has a lot of time with his hand, man.
I've never heard of that.
I mean,
what kind of
you
expression
got to
is
say
that?
with T.I. too, man. He's in the older generation too, so I think he's
No, he is not.
still he's
What's
still
older?
talking about social media. T.I. be saying a lot of shit like he's not on social media. Like this shit is not gonna blow up when he says some
Nah. T.I. has been on social media.
He has.
No, I'm saying he's not one of the older
shit.
ones I give him a pass
I'm
to.
not saying
because
older.
he's
I'm
been
saying
a
older
part
as
of-
in like the Reckless days when he was first coming up with Jeezy and all them. You can say whatever you want to say behind closed doors. And shit don't come out. You can't really say that nowadays. Like the whole thing with his daughter, he thought that was okay to say. That's not okay to say. You can't just say shit like that.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? I bet T.I.
I'm sure I think he did that. That's what I'm saying. I'm not giving him a pass. I'm pretty sure he did that on purpose. Like, it's
What? You think he blasted down on purpose? Nah. I think he thought it was in the sake of a conversation. Not knowing, yo, I'm T.I. Like this shit is gonna blow up. Nah.
You are giving him way too much credit for
What's
being for being slow in that moment.
I'm not saying
I should be able I should be able to say this on a podcast. Like,
yes.
no.
Yes, I think that's how he thinks. I'm T.I.
Come on.
Why can't I say this?
Because he has an entire
He has an entire show.
If you're talking about Slim Thug, I'd say yes. But you're talking about a guy that has a whole TV show.
He knows
that's
better.
been around.
Okay, we'll see.
I'm saying
If
he
he
knows
doesn't-
how the internet. He's
So
just
I'm
not the
wait-
one. He's
I'm
not like
wait.
Lil Wayne.
I'm gonna wait until I hear his excuse for this Drake thing. If he says anything besides there was an issue between us two, this nigga, he's not aware. If he says, "Oh man, it's just a rap," you know what I'm saying? It's just a rap. Then this nigga's not there. He's not aware.
There's no way you believe that T.I. didn't know name dropping Drake in a bar like that with the history behind it, that it wasn't gonna get picked up. Come on, it's T.I.
I think he thinks
He
it's
did
just
it for
rap.
album sales.
I think he thinks it's just
That's
rap.
what I'm saying. He
His
did
album's
it.
gonna sell the
He
same.
did it.
Regardless. I ain't even hear the song yet.
He
Like, I was
did
like, I'm
it.
not listening to that shit.
He
Yeah.
did it because
This is
he
my man.
knew it was gonna get a reaction. I don't know why he did it because he's never seemed to be somebody that would do something like that. But
Nigga just
even
reckless.
when he was on radio shows before and they had brought it up, he never said no. He was like,
I don't think it's thought through, man. I don't think this shit was
He
thought
did it
through.
for album sales.
look, man, Google has this new
Anyway.
technology that can tell what
Wait.
you're humming. Did you have something else to say about the P?
No, but I had something to say about the album.
You ain't listen to it.
Nah, I was gonna talk about his album. I was gonna say, speaking of albums,
Go ahead.
So
man.
she said, "Wait to segue to something."
I don't know what you about
It
to
better
say.
be good. Let's see.
no, we didn't even talk about possibly maybe if Megan's gonna come out with a response album to this whole Tory Lanez thing.
I don't want it.
Oh well, I was gonna get to that eventually. We haven't gotten to it yet. Go ahead, Coney, since you want to bring it up.
It's on the list before T.I. and Google.
Who said I was going to order?
This is going in order.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
been going to order all night. Now you want to mess it up?
It's between y'all two. That's between y'all two. I don't know. I don't have it up. I don't know. I don't have it pulled up. I don't know. I don't have it pulled up.
All I
No, it's the thing.
all I know is every week somebody determines the conversation. However
I'm
it
trying
works.
to go by the
don't know.
outline that you sent.
Do you have a
y'all,
script? Coney,
they always be
do
mad
you
when
have
I
a
don't
script?
come turned up. They be like, oh, you
Do
don't
you have a
get turned
script,
up
Coney?
no more.
Coney, do you have
I'm
notes?
looking at the script
Do you
you
have
sent.
notes?
No, why do I need notes? I
So
was
what
off
does the
top
order
of my-
matter?
I'm saying.
What
you-
is the
if-
order? No, answer the question. What
I'm
does the
looking at-
order matter? If you don't have no notes at all,
I'm
what
looking
does
at
the
the
order matter?
time and where you at now.
Well, if you want to worry about the time, I could skip over that too, because that's not what we need to talk about.
You know what? Whatever. I want to try to be helpful. No,
So
fucking
Google has
more.
this technology.
At all.
want to be involved.
Look, this is mad quick. This is mad quick. You know what? It was supposed to be mad quick. We wasn't even supposed to spend that much time on it. Let's talk about it since Coney wants to bring it up.
No.
It's the Coney show.
No.
It's the
Go on, talk
Coney
about
show.
Google. Because if I
Coney.
don't look at the script, then they be mad at me for not looking at the script. Now when I'm looking at the script, now I see you I'm looking at the
I had
script.
nothing to do with it. I'm just
So
listening.
let's go ahead and talk about Google.
Coney
because
show the
LB
Coney. Hey
just
Google, what's the
is so
song?
upset
Coney.
that I mentioned something about the script
Google,
that he
Google,
sent
you
out
tell
for
what I'm
us
humming?
to read.
Hey Coney, the Google, what am I humming?
Look, man, I'm saying y'all. I'm just here. I'm going whatever topic y'all want to talk
Hey,
about.
but look,
I'm good.
so last night,
Whatever.
Tory Lanez went on IG Live. He said he was gonna go on IG Live 8:00. So when he goes on IG Live, he mentions again he's doubling and tripling down on his earlier statements. And obviously, this is like one of them things where every week I keep saying we're not gonna talk about this anymore. I don't want to talk about it anymore. But it's almost like a TV show on Netflix. Every week, a little bit more comes out, and it's like you gotta wait until next week to find out more. So with every new development, it's like, damn, like it's almost like the "Are you still watching?" thing is popping up, and I'm like, fuck, yes, I'm still watching. And then you know, I get sucked into the next storyline. So this time around, like I said, Tory Lanez goes on IG Live. He says, "Look, it wasn't me. I didn't do it. I kept my mouth shut because I didn't want to. You know, I was leaning on the advice of my lawyer." And said, hey, until you get your court date, it's best that you don't say anything. But he was also saying that he was conflicted because at one point in time, he does want to protect Meg and he wants to he wants to defend her for people that are talking shit about her. But then also he started to realize that, and this is around the time where she went on IG Live, she started, and this is the crazy part. He alluded to her losing her parents and he was like, he said, sometimes I can tell because I've lost a parent too. It's like sometimes when you don't have any like moral parental guidance and direction. Sometimes you got to be careful with who you listen to and who you allow to like influence you and stuff. And he says it seems like that people are in Meg's ear and they're telling her, you need to say this, you need to say this. And, you know, he said a lot of stuff. But at the end of the day, like I said, he doubled and tripled down. He said he didn't do it. He called up some things that I think I had mentioned before, we have discussed about before on this podcast, questioning like, hey, if you were turned around, how can you identify a shooter? If you claim that you were fearful of our lives or whatever the case is, that doesn't make sense because if I shot you, he even said, you know, if somebody was to shoot me, like, why would I not tell the police? Like, you were away from the car. You were at a safe distance. You could have said something then. The report about both of your feet being shot came from you. It didn't even come from anywhere else.
That was deep.
And I mean, there was a lot, but he was literally just poking holes into the story as she told it. And her response on Twitter was, "This nigga is genuinely crazy." Now. Oh, also he mentioned in response to the album, he was defending his choice to put the album out, saying that, you know, we get upset with artists when all they talk about is jewelry, clothes, and girls, but he felt that he had so much bottled up that he just needed to express, and that he thought he could do that through his music because that's what he puts a lot of his stuff through, and he was like, you guys got mad at me for doing that. And also that he did know about the Breonna Taylor situation. He marched out in Miami for 9 days in a row, blah, blah, blah. But he said it was bigger than that because he was doing it on a particular day that it was his mom's birthday, but also the day that she passed. And that was the reason for him dropping the album on that specific day, as his like break from silence, so on and so forth. Now, we don't have enough time to talk about that. I really want to, but we don't have enough time. So maybe we'll get into it next week. I think, especially when we start, like trying, I don't know, between now and the next time we do a show, maybe Meg will have responded on IG Live. Maybe they do a tick for tax sort of thing.
You dropped that
My
album.
question is, before the last tweet, before Meg Thee Stallion said this nigga is genuinely crazy, she said the album about to be fire. And there are a lot of people that are insinuating that her album is going to be a response album, almost like the Lemonade and 4 for 4 type shit. And if she does that, what do we think?
Is it gonna be Lemonade quality though? Lemonade is.
I don't even care about that. Does that help her? Is that good for her to do?
Honestly, it does none of this. I can't answer that question until the truth comes out. So this album can come out and it can be fire, but then on the back end it comes out that she lied. Then it's like, is the album fire? Or
but does it look good for her to almost seem like she's engaging in this like?
I honestly hope it's
real
not a
petty
response album
thing. Like this was
she
my
knows
life.
say a couple things.
Like why would you?
Yeah,
get
but I
into
hope she
that?
doesn't make it like her whole album though.
Like a Tory album, but you're saying.
Yeah, like
I don't think she
do
could
that.
though, because I think
No, she did.
because I'm pretty sure sure that song that came out was a single, right? Like that.
Oh,
Don't Stop, like that,
the shit that you were
that
saying?
Pop It or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sing it.
All I was saying was like I
Oh no, I
haven't
said
seen.
sing it.
Sing the
Oh,
song.
I'm not finna sing it.
Sing for me,
Oh,
boy.
now you ain't about to sing, but she'll
Dance
sing.
for me, boy.
That's okay.
I mean, look, man.
Do you
yeah,
think I just sing on cue? No, I'm not
You
a
definitely
dog.
sing off cue and off key.
That man coming back. He coming back. He's coming back.
I'm gonna let you have
Hey,
your
you coming
one
back.
because I still got 2 up on you. Continue. Charlie.
How you text 5 minutes ago? I'm not reading no more scripts. Nah, say it with your chest in. I'm flaming her. Hey, come on. Hey, zoom in on this.
I'm not
She won't keep
reading
the
any
energy,
more
though.
scripts
Oh, my
because
God.
LB has a problem when you don't read the script. He got a problem when you do read the
Don't
script.
read no more
He got a
scripts?
problem if
She wasn't supposed to read any scripts.
he got a problem if I come in here and I'm not turned up. He got a problem if I come in here and I'm too turned up. So I'm sick of him. That's
not
what's
true.
wrong with
She's
y'all
lying.
men now.
She's lying.
Y'all don't really know what y'all want.
Why am I still
That's
in
the
this?
problem with women. They manipulate the facts.
This.
They manipulate the facts.
Ain't
That's not
nobody
even what I
manipulating
said.
no fact.
That's not what I said though.
What you said then?
I said that there's a difference between volume and energy.
And
I said you were
told
being too loud.
volume and energy is the same thing with me. So either you want
it's
turned
not.
up Coney,
No, it's
or
not.
you don't want turned up.
We're
Coney.
wasting time,
So
Coney.
which one do you want?
We're wasting time, Coney.
No, answer the people. We want
Collect
to
your
know.
notes. Collect your
We
notes.
want to know which one do you want?
Pick your notes up.
Which one do you want?
Follow along. This is like
Dang,
popcorn style.
Exactly.
Popcorn style.
Avoiding the question.
I ain't avoid. I just answered the question. You manipulated the story because
No,
it was false.
which Coney do you want?
I want the Coney that's ready to
Do
speak.
you want the Coney
Not
that's
the one
turned up?
that's subtexting during the show.
Do you want the Coney that's turned up, or do you want the turned down Coney?
I
There's
want
no
turned
in
up
between.
Coney that
Okay.
isn't too shy to
So
sing a
then
song.
don't get mad when I'm asking you about the script and
I
you
want
went
the
over
Coney that's tap dancing
apart.
for Manny.
When you usually, anytime that we have a show, you usually go by the script.
Hey man, look, there's been plenty of shows where I improvise just like the other week. It's not your job to make sure that this is going the way you
man.
think it's gonna go. I'm gonna do it.
Like I
You
said, I'm
just
not
have
reading
to,
no more
you know.
scripts.
Oh man.
All right,
So I ain't
good
gotta
luck.
worry about knowing what's the order.
All right, for all y'all out there, she makes it seem like, all right, since you want to get into it, we're gonna get into it. You make it seem like it's such a thing for you to not pay attention to the script. Sometimes I send out the script, you don't read it anyway.
I do read it.
Then you come up here asking Swale, hey, what are we talking about today?
I do read it.
I'll be hearing it.
I do read
Oh.
Yeah. She be like, hey, Swale,
it. First of all,
what are we talking about?
I usually ask about one of the topics on the list. I don't ask about the whole list.
Swale, who died this week? Who we talking about?
Hey, look, man, it's between y'all two. I'm just here.
That's all right.
Now he don't want to be in it.
I was there.
I know.
never in it.
He always chooses to be Bennett sometimes. He be Bennett, man. He be Bennett.
But any other time, disgusting.
Yeah, he be fired. He be roasted.
That's not my battle.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah.
Hey, tell me what B. Simone did this week. What B. Simone did this week?
What's the
Hey, I did see
disgusting
some
thing?
video. Hey, she posted some video.
Horrendous.
She posted some video. I think
It was
old, though.
disgusting, wasn't it?
It was. I think it was old though. So I ain't tripping.
Despicable.
I ain't even really tripping.
Whatever.
Man, time's almost up. Long story short, I guess, because y'all kind of,
We
use
kinda
most of
what?
use most of the time, Coney.
Don't just blame me, LB. Tell me some. Let's get into it.
We only got a couple more minutes.
Get into it.
Anyways, do I want a response album like Tory? No, definitely not. I do not want it. I'm sure one or two songs might have a little jab here and there. Cool, I guess. But at the end of the day, we need to know the truth. And when the truth comes out, one of them are going to be looking like clowns. Whether it's going to be Tory or Meg, one of them. They both can't win.
That's honestly the craziest thing about this whole point.
Mm-hmm.
They've each gone into the lane of no return.
There's
It's
no
like
return.
That they were playing it cute before. Now they've gotten to the point where no, they have each decided what happened. They have both verbalized it's this person or this person's lying.
Double down, triple down.
So now somebody's a liar. Before
Somebody's a
there just wasn't a
liar.
lot of information. Now somebody's a liar. So
Somebody's a liar.
we'll see. Coney, what do you think the album should be called if it's a response album?
The Return
Short
of Meg.
niggas.
Oh,
Should be short niggas. Well, come on, what would the album
The
title?
Return of Meg.
The Return of Meg.
Yeah.
Is this like a TV show?
Tory should have comes out with a mixtape called "Who Shot Ya." That'd be pretty good.
No.
Oh,
What if what happened? And I'm not saying this is what happened, but what if what happened is with his bodyguard, right? Was saying that him and the other friend was struggling over the gun. It ends up going off, and then when Meg turns around, Tory has the gun in his hand, and then she gets back in the car, and her friend tells her that Tory's the one that shot her.
She toxic.
Well, then why would the best friend and Meg fall out then? If the friend snitched in the first place.
No, I'm saying like.
According to the bodyguard, the
First of all, and that's the
If
thing
it goes
too.
based off
let
the
me-
bodyguard
let- So
story.
let me jump on that too, and that's the funny thing too. The bodyguard and Tory are saying two different things. Tory didn't say what the bodyguard said.
well, Tory didn't specify anything.
Yeah, so it's still like now we have three different stories. Not saying the bodyguard's more credible than Meg and Tory, but it's just like
At this point,
You would
nobody's
think
credible.
that him and Tory would have the same story.
Yeah.
Or similar in a
Well,
line.
but Tory, but that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. though. Tory didn't have a story. Is what
Tory
happened.
said Meg hopped out. Hopped in. Kind of black and
No,
white.
that's the same. That's the same thing that the officer said. I mean, officer.
Bodyguard said struggled. It was a struggle.
No, the bodyguard said Meg got out the car. Same thing Tory said.
No struggle or struggle?
The struggle was with
the
the
struggle
friend.
was between the friend, not Meg.
not Meg. Meg was out
And
of the
he's
car.
saying that when Tory and the
Said
girl,
the
her
girl-
friend, were struggling with the gun
In the
it went
car?
off. Yes.
And according to the bodyguard, the friend was looking to do something with the gun. Tory was trying to take the gun because he assumed she was trying to like shoot at Meg or something. Well, he didn't say because he thought, but he was basically the
What
whole
if the
argument.
friend was trying to
the
shoot
argument,
Tory?
The argument, no,
Because
they were right beside each other.
No, because the bodyguard said that in that situation in the car, they found out that Tory was messing with the girl and Meg.
Yeah, so they were mad at each other. The friends were mad at each other. Because remember, it's never about the guy. When a female finds that shit out, it's like they fighting a friend on site. So that's where the hostility was. The bodyguard was insinuating, but you gotta remember that's not her boyfriend. It's not her boyfriend, so that's not like the same dynamic of like.
But what I'm saying, if she got out the car, the girl might have still been arguing with Tory. Hence, when the gun comes
I'm gonna wait until next week.
The bodyguard was insinuating that the friend was looking to harm Megan, and Tory was like intervening, and they were struggling with the gun. But Meg is also mad at Tory because of the whole situation. So it's not like anybody's on anybody's side. There's just a whole struggle. Quiet? You can understand why both sides would want her quiet, right?
I think,
but Tory offered her the money in the beginning.
The friend thing is weird though. I'm not gonna lie.
We don't know that Meg. We don't know the Meg's team didn't either.
The friend thing is weird. We don't know who paid who. We don't know because Meg's team is solid. I mean, you got Rock. I mean, Rock is.
That's what I'm saying.
So we don't know if they really paid Complex and them off. They could have, but did they?
They could. I mean, I don't. You know, a lot of that stuff is alleged, but I don't think anybody has any more credibility than the other.
Honestly, I need the police to do their job for real. Because at this point,
because Tory, honestly, man, look, we're gonna see what happens. At the end of the day, Tory is acting like he not even going down for them guns. So I mean, I don't know. He's walking around like he just
like he forgot that he still had a gun on him.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
so
saying?
We can look at the again. The GSR says I don't know if that's like if the sites have been credible, but the information came out. You know, most of the time you can identify who the shooter was based off of the gun residue.
And he said there was none, right?
And the report came back and said there was no residue on Tory's hand. So it's like, well, how is he the shooter if he didn't have any residue?
So did they only take Tory in?
You can't always make the determination based off of that fact alone, but most of the time that's like the easiest way to identify who the shooter was.
So you're saying
like if you're right there in a situation, like literally how the police came right after that, and then they did the test like that. But I also read online how easy it is to get gunpowder residue off of your hands.
Which
but I feel like it's so finite that he would have to like scrub or something.
Yeah,
right?
I don't think that would have flown. But I mean, regardless though,
if you wash your hands normal, it'll be off.
Okay,
but they're in the car though. Where you wash your hands at?
Okay,
no, but I'm saying you don't have to like scrub it off.
You're saying okay? You're saying it's like the fire alarm joint. You know what I'm saying? No, yeah, you don't know.
So last thing, this is the last one I'm gonna say because we need to move on. The last thing is this is the weirdest part of the story that again I'm bringing up now because Tory again brought it up before. If you were shot and the police were called upon for a shooting and they get there and you tell them that you stepped on glass and you're telling me that they just took that story and was like, all right, well, go to the hospital, get that treated. When they were called on site for gunshots, it's 4:00 in the morning. It's not like they, were investigating a bunch of different like locations. That is the weirdest part of the story. How are you telling me that Meg was able to convince the cops who were called on site for a gunshot, tell them that it was you stepped on glass and that's why you bleeding, but I know I'm here because gunshots were heard. We found a gun in the car, but for some reason as a cop, I'm like, okay, glass, go to the hospital.
Did the friend do it? Because you wouldn't snitch on your friend, not off rip. If it was an accident,
I don't think you would. I would think that Meg would have more loyalty than the friend than Tory.
That's what I'm saying.
But so if the friend did do it, why would Tory pay her to keep quiet? Like that's what I don't understand.
But did he though?
Alleged,
we don't
that's
know
what
that.
I'm saying. That's alleged.
We don't know who paid who.
But her other friend came out and said that she got paid. That's why she got
paid. Did you see what you just said though? Her other friend, right?
There's so many friends.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody's credible. We don't know it. We don't. All I know
and like
is
you said, if I'm Tory, why am I paying you? You shot the girl.
That's what I'm saying. It's a whole lot of stuff we not
if he did, yeah, I agree.
If he did, that's what I'm saying. Why are you paying
I'm just
the girl?
saying there's some like the order, the sequence for that night is just beyond.
It's all a mess.
Just like the Jussie Smollett thing, who I mentioned earlier before the camera started rolling. There's just some weird shit.
Yeah, because with his whole story, I was thinking to myself, white people in Chicago doing that? And then second of all, they
It was
did
a
all
whole
of that.
vortex.
They did all of that and didn't kill you. I'm confused.
It was negative like 20 degrees outside.
First of all, that shit's not flying downtown Chicago anymore.
That's
Anybody
what I'm
who's
saying.
been downtown, anybody who's been downtown Chicago nowadays, there's police on every corner. But that shit is not flying. Like, what are you talking about?
There's too many people around too.
Yeah, like it's not flying. What are you saying?
I mean, but
I
no,
don't
but
know.
actually no, there's not too many people around because at that time they had the I think they had a curfew because of the vortex. It was like negative 20, 30 degrees.
Well, yeah, well
there's
then-
nobody's
still,
committing
my-
crimes in negative
there's
30
still
degree weather.
there's still police outside patrolling. Like, yeah,
But
you're
even
not getting away with
now,
that
we
shit.
they
need to
did all of
move
this. They put a noose around your neck. They poured all this bleaching chemicals on you, and they didn't kill you.
And your skin would have been fucked up too in that kind of weather. And bleaches on you, it's kind of cold.
They didn't kill him. So that like real racist people
They'd have killed him.
catch you alone
Put a noose on your neck.
and didn't get.
Yeah, look, we
Not
gotta-
wishing death on anybody. I'm
Yeah,
just saying.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Black man.
Makes sense to me.
You gotta support the black brothers.